Yeah, a little bit of a similar response after the Kansas City game. Um, didn't get it right on the night. A lot of things kind of fell short with. A little bit the way we set up and the way we got pressure on the ball and made them uncomfortable in the first half wasn't quite there. And even after we changed a couple things and thought we would set up better in the second half, then we let ourselves down and concede early in the second half. And the similar to the way we did after Kansas City, kind of eager to get to the next game. It comes quick. Two really important home matches, and we're excited to respond in the right way like we usually do.
Braden Norse, Denver Post.
Hey Keegan, thanks for the time. You kind of mentioned it already. Just what were those kind of halftime adjustments that you guys made, and can you kind of go deeper into how much of a, I guess, gut punch it was to concede right after halftime? Thank you.
Yeah, we felt. I think it was difficult. I didn't feel like we created much in the first half. At times when we had the ball building out of the back, we try to emphasize playing forward as outside backs where we get the ball turned forward and try and play behind or just play anything forward. And I think too often we were turning back, playing backwards, playing our center backs, playing the goalkeeper, and away from home that builds pressure on ourselves. That continues to play into their hands. They flow onto our back passes, and so a little bit of the way we set up, tried to kind of shallow out, help our center backs more, try to face forward quicker, get a little more time on the ball. Difficult playing against the back five. Their wing backs can kind of jump us quicker when we get the ball and give us less time, which is a challenge. But so a little bit of credit to them in the way they set up and gave us problems. But again, the tactics out the window whenever we I think it was often a defending throw and concede and too passive with the defending. Don't put a tackle in. Don't get pressure to the ball. Too easy for them. And without watching the video back, that's kind of how it felt. So no real excuses there or answers, but difficult to see how the tactics and adjustments would have helped us after being down 2. Then you're kind of chasing the game, and from there, disappointing, like I said.
Sydney Gobi.
Keegan, Coach was emphasizing the importance of rest and recovery heading into this week, 2 home games against 2 top teams. What does that look like for you and for the team to make sure that everybody's got their minds and bodies right headed into some pretty important games?
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a blessing and a curse having the charter flights. We'll get home really late tonight, kind of rest up tomorrow, try and get back into a normal sleep pattern. And also the challenge of having games come this quick is you don't train very much. 2 days after the game is not usually a training day, so it's more kind of video prep, scouting, and looking into our next opponent. And then Tuesday is our day before the game session, which is always the same, kind of short and sharp, and some final notes and prep for the game ahead. And again, I think we've done a good job this year, just mentally kind of putting this behind us, learn a couple things, take what we need to from it, but moving on and prepping and approaching the next game in the right way. And I know that we'll do that again. And we've been good at home all year, and excited to be back in front of our fans again.
Back to Braden.
Keegan, I know you have to look back at film, but what do you think Minnesota did particularly well in the attacking third to give you trouble, and what did you make specifically of Kelvin Yeboah tonight?
Difficult to pinpoint. I think even the way they scored the first goal is frustrating. Deflection and all of a sudden we feel like we're under it a bit. And not that we started the game poorly, but goals obviously change games. We go down 1, and all of a sudden it's we challenge ourselves not to let 1 become 2, 2 become 3, and we got to halftime only down 1. Felt like we had a little bit of control there in the first half. Few chances, maybe half chances, and it's hard to pinpoint. They got the intensity right, fighting for second balls and little things like that we usually pride ourselves on. I think they probably beat us on the night, maybe physically, the physical output, but we always talk about when we bring our best stuff, it's we don't often see a team kind of match up toe to toe and beat us. And I don't think we had our best stuff tonight. And credit to them. Sorry, I'm not answering your question too well and giving you an exact answer as to how they set up and what they did really well. But they do have quality, and you give them half chances. Maybe not the deflection, but you give them half chances like we did, second and third goal, and they're going to take them. And that's across the league. There's too much quality to not quite get things right in and around the box, and our approach as a whole on the night.
We'll take two more. Back to Sydney.
Keegan, you've emphasized over and over again this year the importance of not dropping 2 results in a row. What do you learn from this result, this Minnesota team, and about yourselves from this performance that you can make sure to not drop another this week at home?
Yeah, it reminds me, unfortunately, of our recent performance in Kansas City. Those little non-tactical, non-soccer-oriented things that, when you step across the line, just trying to check those boxes night in and night out, and it's a challenge. It's can you be switched on for 100 minutes every single game of the season, and unfortunately, all 11, 18, 20 of us won't get it right every single match. And I think these past 2 away matches we've let ourselves down a little bit just with some of those intensity approach to how differently maybe you approach away matches at times, and how you start and how you respond to goals conceded, and how we can grow in those moments and learn to stick together and simplify things when we concede and try to fight back, and again not letting 1 turn to 2 turn to 3, and but games tend to look a little bit different at home, and as much as we don't want that, we've got the crowd behind us, the altitude on our side, and teams usually set up a little bit differently when they come to Denver. So we're excited about that, and as I've emphasized, we've emphasized, and have achieved all year, usually the game after we approach it the right way. And Chris always talks about not being able to control the result. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know we're going to get those intangibles right, and approach the match the right way, and we like our chances.
Last one from Braden.
Chris kind of mentioned the struggles that Minnesota's back 5 kind of posed for you guys tonight. How does that affect you specifically as somebody who likes to get up and into the attack, whipping crosses, and try to cause problems of your own?
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit at halftime about a little more variability in our build-out and attack, and I think when we don't have that, it's easy for their wing-backs to kind of just line us full-backs up, kind of predict our build-out pattern, center back to full-back, and time that and jump it and give us very little time to play forward like we're trying to talk about. So that was frustrating, and they got that right, and what a back 5 does is allow you to cover the width a little bit better. That back 5 can kind of fan out, spread out across the back, and if they do it right, they can defend the channels a little bit better in the space that we like to attack. So, yeah, like I said, they deserve credit for that, and things we can learn from, because it's not the last time we'll see it.